Welcome on everybody to the next Bear Den Talks. I'm your host Disparity here with Mr. Works for Tips, and we have two special guests with
Hello.
us, Mr. Architect Uzu
Mhm.
and also Mr. Vanta Black Knight or Hashbill Knight, whichever you want to go by.
I'll put something completely different, so whatever you want to call me, it's fine.
So
Yeah.
it's just for the now.
Yeah.
So with this next Bear Den Talks, this is episode 10. We're gonna be talking about primarily content creation, or better yet, why the blank are you scared? So with that said here, with content, with that is why are people scared to diversify the content, and why are they scared to grow? Okay, so before we begin with our topics here, so why do y'all think that people are scared to grow as a content creator?
That's the thing.
Oh.
Like, sorry, but hold on.
Demonetized.
Demonetized. It's okay. We'll edit it out.
It'll be edited out. It'll be
post.
edited out. We're good. Keep going.
But dude, like, I just got 20 followers. I got the requirements just to monetize my content on Trovo last weekend.
Well, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Now I just gotta go one more level to go ahead and get the emotes and stuff, and I'm straight. And I could just from there, I could just go and try and keep leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at the fact of I decided to go and take a chance and to sacrifice 4 years on one platform just to jump on another. And I'm looking at the shit like I just got $20 in 3 or 4 weeks. What the heck is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I know what's why. So yeah, y'all scared. I may have my friends here. See, this is where you'll know who's really down for you. Make a move. I dare you. You'll see who the real one's gonna ride for you. I already seen mines already, so
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I am good
Good,
for
like in the
real.
neighborhood. So, Dre, how do you feel about the pros and cons of Twitch affiliate? What do you think about Twitch or just Twitch affiliate in general, as a viewer or?
I feel like Twitch is just giving it to everybody without having to really earn it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've now opened up a floodgate for many more people who just think they can get into streaming and instantly grow and make money and then quit their jobs.
Pretty
And
much
now,
trying to become the next ninja.
yeah, and now they made it harder for like people who've done it before or to start gaining viewers because now the floodgates have opened and now everybody wants that slice of the pie
Mm-hmm.
when not everybody deserves it.
Yeah.
The people. I don't like a lot of people on Twitch. Also, the amount of not caring for some Twitch like mods or whatever. Not like your mods or anyone mods. I meant like the people that run the site or whatever. I'm not a big fan of how they operate. Yeah, I hate them. I really do. I mean, to be real, I think Twitch it's been going through this like gaming phase of just hype beasts, if you know what that means. And it's just people that want just pure, just competitive, know what the fuck they're doing gameplay. Like when Valorant came out, everyone was watching that. Or when, I don't know what that one game was, but it's just basically people that want the next ninja to be, kind of shit.
Of course, they're gonna support you and wherever you do, whatever you do. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's really just human nature to like have a fear of something. So like
Right.
it's just a fear of the unknown. Like saying you you went to YouTube saying like random fucking Twitch A goes and they want to go to YouTube and they had this whole like say they had like 100 viewers every day, like every time they stream, and they have this fear if they move over, people are not gonna like them anymore because they moved. I think that's the kind of thing that Jay's trying to nail in.
I mean, no issues for me. I've been doing this for 4 years. At times very consistently. Uh, but I really never really had any issues per se with Twitch. Like I already know what's like going on behind, like mostly behind the scenes of what Twitch has been doing these past couple of months and everything. But as far as like me just streaming, like everything's been pretty cool for me. Maybe it's just the fear of them moving somewhere, starting over. Maybe that's probably what it is. I couldn't think of anything else, honestly. Like if they're too tethered to one streaming platform, like I don't think they'll be that hesitant to move to another like that. You know what I mean?
Like a loss of a community.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
I see it as that. I don't see any other reason why they would be afraid to to like to make the jump essentially. So I don't know.
I feel like it's because they're scared of moving to a platform where, like, kind of like what Aggie was saying, because they don't know if like some of those people will, follow him to a different platform
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that, for example, like you're on Twitch for, let's say, at least 5 years, and you finally decide to make the move to switch over to YouTube because you're just sick and tired of what Twitch is doing nowadays, which we'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
All right.
scared that like if you like you
Mhm.
move to YouTube, you're gonna lose some of the people that like only watch you on Twitch because they're used to how Twitch is it's usual live streaming and they don't know how to interact with YouTube.
Okay. Good observation. What about you, Vanta?
For
How do you
me, for
feel as a viewer?
starting content,
You as a viewer, how do you feel? Why are people scared to move over? You as a viewer, what do you feel like if you were watching your favorite content creator and they decided to move over to another platform? What are your feelings on that?
it's mostly about like what that platform is about and like the ease of use. Because personally, like using something like YouTube is like for years I've watched certain content creators like specifically before they split up, like super best friends or whatever. And if I watch it on my phone, so it was easy to have like an app, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
they recorded all their shit. And most of them split up, and they've kind of started their own individual content. Um, and going on, Twitch or streaming, and then like post some of their videos on YouTube. And I
Yeah.
don't watch most of their stuff on on Twitch. I watch most of their stuff on YouTube, which is where I found them.
Yeah.
So I think it's mostly like where you have your audience, you kind of want to stay in that box instead of like moving out and like doing other shit and
Mm-hmm.
like because there's multiple other sites you can go to now.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, where does everybody go to? Is like the question. Is like where does everybody want to see? So, even if you go, oh hey, go over to Daily Motion is where I'm at. Just go to this and it's like, well, if you don't use Daily Motion, then like, as a viewer, I'm probably not gonna see it. But like if you're a content creator, it's like you really have to make that push and you have to have faith that your audience is gonna come over. And
Yeah.
so, I can understand that fear of not wanting to move over immediately.
Okay. And that's how I kind of feel too. Is where it's mostly your audience which keeps you from moving over because a lot of people say that, well, my audience is here. This is where my home is. This, that, and the other, and it's where I make all my money. But even if a platform is not doing its best to, I guess, keep everything contained, people will rather, be in that platform, even though there's so many problems. With that being said, so I think it's more so just confidence and knowing about what your community wants and like you said, with faith in your community that you're going to, you know, I guess you could say grow on a different platform. Because especially now, if you're not a big content creator, then you're not. It is rough to say, well, if I jump ship to this platform here, I'm not going to grow the same, I guess, as I originally was on, whatever you're on Twitch or Facebook and whatnot. Um, so the next thing we're gonna go on is we're gonna be talking about a little bit about Twitch affiliate, and also we're gonna be talking about the pros and cons of Twitch affiliate. So as you guys see here, on the screen here, I have the eligibility of Twitch affiliate. I have everything about Twitch affiliate. So before we go on, we're gonna go with the pros and cons of Twitch. So I've been streaming on Twitch for the past 8 years. I have a lot of pros. I have a lot of pros and cons on Twitch. The pros of Twitch is basically, they have the community, they have the emotes, I guess you could say that goes with the community. They have the tools, but also monetarily wise, they're a really good platform to monetize on, because people are really generous on Twitch. But also, there's a lot of cons on the website. So if you guys see here on my screen, I made a tweet longer not too long ago, which speaks about the pros and cons of Twitch, or mostly the cons, and why I'm leaving. So Twitch used to have a deal where you used to have no basically a built-in ad blocker if you have Twitch Prime. Well, that's not the case anymore. They got rid of that. They also the websites became a soft core. I guess you could say not. I want to say soft core porn, but I guess soft core entertainment.
Hmm.
Um, because they let basically anything run. I guess anything goes on Twitch. As
Mhm.
long as it makes the platform money, it's okay for people to do what they want to do. And the website used to be a lot more gaming natured, but it's not the case anymore. It's changed. There's lots of drama on Twitch. Especially myself. I'm the witness of that drama because people they like to start drama for whatever the reason is, just to get clout and growth. Um, there are people that virtue signal for change, basically stating that Twitch needs to do better, especially as of recently a day off Twitch happened, and there's basically no change. People went back to the hand that fed them, which is Twitch, of course. You have they Twitch takes 50% of your pay cut. A Twitch affiliate is a scam, which we're going to go more in depth with. Twitch has major discoverability issues where you cannot be discovered. You can't just go on in the stream anymore because there's just so many people. Also, you have to pay for recommendations, even though your content might still be garbage. You still have to pay for those recommendations. And the last but not least is the DMCA issue. That's Twitch has been going on. So as you guys see here, what do you guys feel like Twitch? By reading this alone, how do y'all feel like Twitch affiliate is? Aki, we'll go with you, Aki.
Twitch affiliates. Let's be honest. It's a scam.
Okay.
It's a scam. Take 50% of your sub revenue and leave you with everything. But you also gotta take the abuse and you gotta work twice as hard just to make $100.
Mm-hmm. Even then, the $100 ain't guaranteed.
Exactly. So I just feel like this. So Twitch, if you're watching, let me go. All right. I want to be free from your goddamn ass.
Yep, the abuse. What about you, Tits? How do you feel about Twitch affiliate?
Like Aggie said, it's a scam. You really have to work like your ass off, pardon my language, just to get like some form of, monetization, aka that paycheck. Um, and even if you don't, they get to keep your money. Do you think that's fair for all
No,
that work
sir.
that you're doing?
Also, it's your outboards pretty much shit. Any of the money you made before when you done, they keep it anyways.
Yes, exactly.
That's something that people don't want to hear.
And also, it's kind of easy just to get it if you think about it. It's like
Way too
easy,
easy.
like for example, like I know that the goals are like get 50 followers, stream for a set amount of time, stream for a set amount of days, and get a consistent viewership of at least 3. Getting that consistent viewership of 3, it's kind of easy. Streaming 7 different days, that's super easy. You just gotta keep streaming. At least I believe it's at least 8 hours if I remember correctly. That's
Yeah.
super easy if you stream a lot. The only thing that's kind of hard is getting the 50 viewers because you gotta get discovered. But even after that happens, it's the low number just to get followers,
Yeah.
which is what makes it easy.
Yeah, those 3 viewers. That's just too easy. That's just called everybody that's in this group will just all they have to do is just lurk for me, and you'll get affiliate within a week.
Like,
Literally within a week, and then just maybe play a small popular game, and you'll trust me, you'll get it. You'll definitely get it. What about you, Vanta? How do you feel?
Um, I mean, yeah, it definitely feels like if you're starting off from that, or at least from what I can tell, then yeah, it doesn't really seem like super great. Now it feels like you can probably do a lot better, as I mentioned before, if you already have like an audience, and that's true for anything. If you already have like an audience, then you already have that boost. Which,
Mhm.
like y'all said, if you already, if you're lurking with your friends or whatever, you have a bunch of people show up for you, then it's pretty easy to get, you know, that extra, boost or clout as a content creator. Especially like I'll be honest, like Game Grumps probably wouldn't have gone as good. Like not to throw their name in the mud, but like think about like Game Grumps and all these other people who probably wouldn't have been as good if they didn't have like one or more members who were already doing something or they already had an audience. Like I probably wouldn't have checked out Game Grumps. I don't know
Yeah,
who John Tron was at the time, but I knew who Eager Raptor was. It's not a knock against him. I'm just pointing that out.
yeah.
I jumped on immediately and I was, hooked. And then the same with like what else? It was like I mean, there's other cases like Ninja got the boost with Drake and whatever, I mean, but he was already big. From what I understand.
Yeah,
He just got
Um,
even bigger because of Drake.
yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, my point being, like I said, is like it seems like if you're starting from the bottom, you gotta climb.
And
But
that's
if
why.
you already,
Oh,
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
good.
Finish off.
If you already have, soldiers in the waiting, you can probably get there. But that really depends, especially the way Twitch chooses to have like advertise you and like for where you can grow your content or recommend you. And yeah, I can understand that
And
kind of
that's
rough.
and that's what I say before. So speaking of like growth, so like you say, when you're starting out on Twitch, it's gonna be a rough uphill climb. And the reason why I
Hmm.
say that is because
Anywhere really, but
when
yeah.
going into Twitch, the website, if you guys hear it, it's oversaturated with a whole bunch of streamers. So let's say you want to be that primary let's go again, I'll go with the same session again, a Dead by Daylight streamer. Everybody likes Dead by Daylight. It's a great game, great fun game to play. So if we use the recommendation from viewers from high to low, okay, as you guys see here on screen, once you're past this third row here, or even fourth row, you're not being discovered anymore. Because as you see here, we're going through pages and pages and pages and pages. As I can
The
continue.
list goes on and on.
It goes exactly. It goes on and on. So this is, and unless a person is super bored and like really looking for someone new to watch, you're they're not gonna really scroll down that much to be discovered. So it feels like in a way you're pretty much wasting time trying to like stream Dead by Daylight because you're just not being discovered. And that's one of the major issues. Offside a lot of the issues that Twitch has. This is one of the major issues, especially if you're like a brand new streamer, pumped to get started. You don't know the hell that you're doing, but you call on Twitch because you hear you can make money from streaming, and people they don't do their research and stuff
Hmm.
on that, and that's a quality issue. Um, let's see here, and so I don't know how Twitch can fix that. Now people say that Twitch, you need to have an algorithm, but the thing with Twitch is that there is no algorithm. It's not algorithmic based. If it was algorithm based, it'll be similar to what something that YouTube has, but this is what you call a browser based. You just click on what you want to
Hmm.
watch for the moment and then browse through and call it a day. Especially now since Twitch is a more now that I will say this actually, you can grow without playing like either the top popular games, but the thing is that you have to play very niche games.
Hmm.
Let's say we scroll down, like example, Inscription just came out. You might be able to have some growth in this. Maybe the GTA series, you might be able to have some growth, but the more you keep going down lower and lower and lower,
Hmm.
you're not going to.
Yeah, yeah,
It just keeps going. It just keeps going on and on and on. Not what you can really say about that.
yeah. Look up
Um,
Fantasy Star Online. The
and like,
first one.
and it's scary. You know, it's a scary thing, and people think that I'm a grow, and that's not the case, folks. That's just not the case at all. Um, Now, let's head over to the YouTube side, to the YouTube side of things, because we're going to be talking about Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so YouTube has its issues as well. One of the major issues that YouTube has is censorship, because especially now they censor a lot of things, especially around the C word, and also around anything that's political. Uh, so how do you guys feel about YouTube and YouTube as a competition to Twitch, or just as a live streaming service or a VOD service? How do y'all feel? We'll go with Aki first.
Let me say something real quick. Growth can be attained. Growth can be attained if you work hard for it. And this goes for in general and to my black content creators. who always shout to martial arts and more black voices. But the ones that want to speak up, you will silence them if they don't say fit the narrative y'all want. But then y'all want to say, I ain't growing. Have you ever thought about like putting some of your Twitch clips on TikTok or something? On YouTube as a short? Or maybe on your Instagram as a reel? Ever thought about doing any of those things? Because I can tell you right now, if you have not done any of those things, you really screwing yourself. I'm just being honest. So but it's cool though. Y'all keep bitching and moaning about y'all ain't growing while y'all trying to send hate mod stuff. I'm over here cooling and just climbing to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I can say, man. Just work hard, bro. Find what the algorithm is on each of the platforms. Come on, man. It's pretty much not that really that hard to. But that's all I gotta say.
So Dre, well, how do you feel about the YouTube part of things?
I have my concerns about YouTube as well with how strict their ads are,
Mm-hmm.
to get ads for your streams.
Mhm.
But I do like how that at least if you don't stream and you like people stop, they'll stop giving you ads.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll force you to better yourself to stream and improve and not just give up.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said before, the thing I have about YouTube is how strict they are when it comes to what you can't say, what you can't do. It's
Yeah.
much more stricter because they were the ones who took the brunt of the adpocalypse when it started, and now they're really cracking down and strict on. And I feel like that may hurt them
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to bringing streamers over, is because of the new rule set, which I think has more than Twitch currently allows.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see how well they do.
Okay. I feel like with me, especially since I moved over to YouTube, I will agree. Censorship and all, YouTube is very strict on that. You could say that, yeah, you can move around it and stuff like that, but sometimes you just don't know. That's it's like a guessing game, especially when you have the ability to monetize your videos and stuff. Um, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. There you go. uh, okay, I'm gonna cut. Now we're gonna hear a couple from our friends about Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube bot that watches over the videos or whatever that you do. If you like curse in the first 5-10 minutes, that's a that's a hit. That's a demonetize. If you have even the slightest track of anything that is DMCA, that is a hit. Anything that's like that can be roughly like hateful in any way, or even if you said something like as a joke, jokefully, that's a hit. It's just there's so much shit with that bot that they do. Hey, but okay, I think there's because what I said earlier, I hate Twitch, but wait, what I said earlier, I can elaborate more now. Uh, well, I already elaborated already, but was with the people not caring about certain things or things that happen within streams. Like you said already, the yoga streams, the yeah, the metas. Like, at first of all, those should not even be a thing. Like, these yoga streams or these hot tub streams. Like, it's just blatant. It's just blatant what they want to do, and that's just be very over sexual on their website. And their website is meant to be used by kids. And it's like I can say the same thing for YouTube, because on YouTube you could look up naked yoga right now. That's a thing. That is a thing. You have to market. You have to market.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's learning, but at the same time, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. No one on their fucking right minds would wake up in the morning and say, "Yeah, let's take off all my fucking clothes and do some yoga and put it on YouTube." Unless you think you know what you're fucking doing.
Yeah.
The same shit with the hot tubs. You know what the fuck you're doing. No one just fills up a random fucking pool in their house. In their house.
It's always like those like small like kiddie pools.
Yeah, small kiddie pool in your house. And you're like, guys, our donos, they're not up. Guys, our donos, they're not up.
All right, Tips. What about you, sir?
I feel like YouTube, in my opinion, is probably better of a platform to probably either get post videos or at least for just keeping this on VOD related slash live streaming. It's better that way because even after live streaming on on YouTube, you get to keep that VOD on your channel forever. It's not like Twitch's where like it erases like what after 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Unless you have Prime, of course, in which case you get to keep it for like 4 months. But
Mhm.
either way, that VOD like leaves after a set amount of time. And on YouTube, if you have that VOD and keep it, you can even edit it down to parts and make it, like a video series, like a let's play,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually better. And I also will say this, becoming YouTube partner or having the membership or whatever it was called, I can't remember fully,
It's just
but
called YouTube Partner.
oh, YouTube partner, all right.
Mhm.
Heck, getting a YouTube partner feels, in my opinion, would probably be more rewarding since you actually
Mhm.
have to put in the work just to get something better than,
Yeah.
Twitch affiliate, in which case it's just like you could probably get that in like maybe at least a month if you like, you keep the grind up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. What about you, Venta? How do you feel about it, especially when looking at the requirements on YouTube with the eligibility?
Eligibility. It seems a lot more plausible. As Tips was saying, it seems a lot more plausible. Um, in terms of like getting it and engaging and all that. Um, to what he was saying, like I kind of agree. It feels like you had that on your chest, but I'll say, um, when it comes to certain creating, you do have to be careful. Like you were saying, like you have to be careful of the C word, which I'm pretty sure you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that has the same name of a particular type of alcohol.
Yeah.
Um, brand of alcohol, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I believe it's called the Backstreet Boys Reunion Tour. Yeah. Anyway, you gotta that to that point. That's exactly what we're talking about. It's like that's the other pitfall is the pros and cons is like you have to be aware of that
Yeah.
because making certain hashtags, uh, making certain things is like if they're going to block that, you really have to be careful with the content you create, even
Yeah.
if it doesn't seem be too problematic or whatever. Even if it doesn't matter, it's like posting of events or trying to a controversy. You have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with those kind of things when you're trying to create, because I imagine the worst thing you could do as a creator now, at least on YouTube, from what I hear about a lot of YouTubers, or at least used to, is you post a video and then it gets demonetized. Why? Because you happen to have a few seconds of a song or a clip from like a trailer or uh hashtag of like something, you know what I mean, or
Yeah.
something related. So I can only imagine if, say, for example, it's something political, whether it be any group. I don't want to mention any particular group, but I can imagine if you stand a particular group and you post it. I think that was actually a recent controversy of, what was it, the LGBT community, of like they were posting like LGBT content and then it got classified as like adult content, even though there
Yeah.
was nothing particularly adult about it, and it was just it's stuff like that that you can create it, and you can create growth, but it's like you have to be careful of all the little pitfalls that happen, and that I think YouTube has kind of been, I think all these companies have been like not as transparent as they should, or not as like completely like able to warn people. You know what I mean? They just kind of drop things and people are just like finding out what the worst end of the spectrum or and everything. So
Yeah,
it really is, you got to be careful with those pitfalls when you're trying to create. It seems
yeah.
like, and that's one of the things that gives me anxiety about that. 'Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
um,
I'm gonna post something and then all of a sudden, like, oh no. Like, imagine if I'm wearing this shirt, the Avatar, the Afternoon. Imagine if I post this and then, or wear this. I don't imagine they do it, but it's like, oh, you're using their name to make money. It's like,
yeah,
it's one like strike or whatever. Somebody could make a strike theoretically, and like that could cost you money somehow,
yeah,
or make your account be canceled. So that's one thing to be aware of.
yeah. Coming from my opinion is that I feel like out of let's say there are three evils. Well, I guess say three evils of each corporation. I say YouTube and Facebook are probably neck and neck when it comes to like I guess the pros and cons. But also again, Twitch is like that number one spot. Now, of course, we have other websites too. We have Trovo, we have Odyssey. I would have to like do a little more research on Trovo and also Odyssey. But as so far though, YouTube and Facebook are both neck and neck in terms of the pros and cons. Starting with YouTube partnership is that YouTube partnership, like Tip said earlier, it makes you feel like that you're actually working to get somewhere. When it comes to growth, I guess you could say. Um, because you have to have 4,000 watch hours, you have to have thousands of subscribers. So it's basically YouTube's way to say like, okay, these guys or this person is taking content creation more seriously, so they want to actually become something or at least do something. Even then, like Tip said earlier, whenever you stream on or whenever you live stream on YouTube, your VODs are kept as videos, so that's also extra growth. And as well as long as you like have a good thumbnail, good looking title to attract people, your tags, doing everything correctly, I feel like because of YouTube's algorithm, it's very powerful. Now, I recently moved over to YouTube from Twitch. I've been streaming on Twitch for 8 years. I love Twitch, but Twitch has a lot of issues that are glaring. And if you can't make a sacrifice on those glaring issues, I mean that's what you want to stream on the platform, then go right on ahead. That's basically for you. It's just YouTube here, making that transition. Yes, it felt weird because you have to. It's a new atmosphere, it's a new learning experience. But once you get it going, like growth is not bad at all. It's really not hard at all because you have possibilities of VODs, you have the shorts that'll get you going, you have live streams that'll get you going, and eventually you'll become a success. Uh, and that's where I see where YouTube is at right now is that they're. I feel like, especially since I heard from the top YouTube boss of YouTube gaming, he recently stated that within the next year 2022 there are lots of big things happening for YouTube gaming, especially since they recently had a big meeting with a lot of top content creator live streamers and YouTubers about what do they want to see on the platform. And I think that's really amazing. That has me excited for at least a bit of change. uh we're gonna go ahead and move on over to, well, before I do that, we're gonna have someone else speak upon this issue. Don't worry, that's for something totally different. So don't worry about that segment. um, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about Facebook gaming as a platform. So in recent years, Facebook gaming has been catching up to YouTube and Facebook gaming have been catching up to Twitch as a live streaming platform. So how do you guys see Facebook gaming as a platform? We'll go with Aki first.
I don't know. It's like on one end, it's like that one kid in dodgeball you don't pick. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense.
Great analogy.
I like it.
Yeah,
A
Facebook
little more
gaming.
elaboration, but I feel like it can go so many places.
Yeah, because the thing is that like Facebook gaming maybe because it is kind of been the new kid on the block kind of stuff. But for what I know, when I try to set up my live streams on the platform, man, let me tell you something. The UI needs work. I'm just being honest. And they got a lot of issues they gotta go ahead and fix through everything. So really, Facebook gaming is kind of cool, but
Mhm.
it's something I wouldn't try to think about getting into. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. What about you? All right. What about you, Tips? How do you feel about Facebook gaming and the requirements to join their level up program. Their level up program, by the way, is basically similar to affiliate, yeah, Twitch affiliate. So as you guys see here, you can see that monetization, audience growth, and exclusive access, and they also have a lot of what do you call eligibility and stuff. Like you can check see you're eligible to join. As you guys see, we're heading into the creator studio. This is for my personal account, by the way, and you can see that right here. There's the level up program right here to be completed to join. So what are your thoughts on this? All right, Dre. So what are your opinions on Facebook gaming as a platform? How do you feel about it? Give us your opinion.
I haven't really visited Facebook gaming, but I hope it does all right because it's another source of streaming. But I don't know how well it'll do because people's issues with Facebook and, what Zuckerberg has been doing to the site, has been turning people off from Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it can thrive, but with the way Facebook has been handling itself, that might be a turnoff for some people.
Yeah, I can agree with that. For me and Facebook, I feel like yes, with Zuckerberg and the whole data issue that they've been going on, it's kind of like a real scary moment, I guess you could say, that because you don't know like what they're doing with your data, and if they're and if they're how they're doing it and how they're selling it to people, so on and so forth. But I feel like that you can't just write off Facebook. It's the same thing how you can't write off YouTube or Trovo or any of these other websites. I feel like people need to start really. I think people need to start really like at least looking into these platforms, doing like as much research as possible, and kind of get an idea on what. Well, let's say like on if these platforms are going to be good for them, basically. Because I've been watching a couple Facebook streamers myself, and I will say it is a different type of atmosphere. I can agree with Vanta here or Hashmail that Facebook has the marketplace, they have online browser games, they have this, that, and the other, and it's like a whole different type of space. So it's something like if you can get used to it, then you can get used to it. But for me at Facebook though, I just don't vibe with Facebook like as a platform because I recently for myself been moving away from Facebook so on the social media side of things. And that's just how I feel on that.
Then I'm guessing why pledge loyalty is gonna be like our final topic to end it.
Yeah. Okay,
Right,
so
I'll be right back real quick.
all right, we'll wait for you then. So moving forward, we're going to be talking about diversity or being diverse, and also growth and recognition for your streams or just for content in general. So a lot of people here feel like that. Well, all I have to do on Twitch is just stream, and I'm gonna get famous. And that's just for the Twitch portion. YouTube people, they have their VODs that the YouTube algorithm will carry them on. And then you have, Facebook people are the same way. They'll post their videos on YouTube or probably even co-stream on Twitch. So the question for it is, how do you feel like people can be diverse on the platform? Because what I feel like is this: a lot of people are very scared to make content on other platforms or just overall grow because they always say this one liner, which is the one liner is always, I do this content creation as a hobby. If I grow, I grow. And the question is, when they add that part, if I grow, I'll grow, that means that they want to make content for money and also as a business instead of being as a hobby. Because when you make content as a hobby, you're let's say let's put it on Twitch as an example. Twitch, if you're doing content as a hobby, have a donation link for people who can directly donate to you, get that change or whatnot, and there you go. You get the full amount you get basically the full profit here. While later on, let's say they say that second part, if I grow, they look at it. They start to look at their analytics. I've seen this many times throughout my 8 years of streaming on Twitch. They look at their analytics and they start to look at the numbers, and they're like, well, I'm not growing, so I'm just going to quit, So I guess it's because people haven't realized that they're not being diverse enough on the platform, I guess. But what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like, should people be diverse on on different platforms, or do you think they should just stay on the same platform?
I've said this before. and I'll say it again, it's the short attention spans of people nowadays. And it's just because Twitch, there's a reason why you clicked on it. It's something that you're interested in, you really want to see, and you know that person's gonna be that person. But on YouTube, you could get like this fucking clickbaited thumbnail of like fucking a blunt in someone's mouth or some shit, and it's like saying epic Call of Duty montage 468,000, and you click on the video and it's just like it's some guy with like a really deep voice going, "All right, guys, today we're gonna play some Call of Duty, and we're gonna see if we can get some kill streaks going." And it's like it's
So
not
accurate.
interesting. It's not interesting. And it's like, I'm one of those people with short attention spans too. I'll click on that video, I'll be like, I got fucking clickbaited, and I'll fucking leave.
Right, Vanta.
That's an interesting question because I really feel like it depends on what you're trying to like advertise and like how you're trying to advertise it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in particular like engagement, because the way people engage on Twitter is different from how they would engage anywhere else. But the way you engage on like TikTok, like effectively at least,
Mm-hmm.
especially because streamers do interact on TikTok, and some of them become streamers, or some of them are like already streamers or already whatever, and they're just doing that to reach out, and it's interesting to see how they would do that. um and it really just depends. Like it's a good idea, but you don't want to like overexert yourself. Like Twitter, like this is Twitter. You just put out a tweet on anything. Hey, podcast is up. Hey, I have a new video out. Hey, I'm coming over here. I'm posting this or whatever. Journal updates, easy. Um, then you have stuff like I don't even know how you do on Facebook. Like I have a friend on Facebook who makes adult content, and I'm like, why would you do that on Facebook?
When all
Or
your friends are
not
kids.
necessarily from Facebook, not necessarily on Facebook, but he points it out, and I'm like, you could just do it to Twitter. Well, they deleted both my Twitters. They deleted, or and so that's a different thing. But basically, I'm saying like you can do that, but it's really going to require you to strategize how you're gonna want to do that if you're going to diversify everything. Because I mean, like I said, like some of my favorite content creators stream on Twitch, but they'll
Mhm.
also make YouTube content, straight up like video let's plays, or occasionally they'll record almost every Twitch streaming thing and then post it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it creates interesting experiences because there's things to worry about when you're doing it live, because you have that mindset of the streamers thing. I don't know if y'all deal with it.
Mhm.
But where if you're playing a game for the first time, it's like you have a lot of things, so you might miss things in the game. Um, which if you're streaming it, it can be, you can at least look down and chat and be like, oh, okay, there's this thing. I mean, you might not be against like backseat gaming, but or whether or not, but like it might be different than if you're 3 episodes into a let's play and then you see a comment on YouTube and it's like, you could have gotten the sword of whatever if you just went this, and it's like, oh, it's frustrating. You're not even playing.
Sounds
It
like
creates
tips.
interesting things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. Old tips. Old tips. There you go.
but
Sorry, Tips. I have
that's
to call you
funny.
out on that one.
You didn't get
But
the
it,
sword of infinity because you
yeah.
didn't go and beat this boss in that room. God.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because if you're watching it, you're just frustrated. Game Grumps is guilty of this so much because if you've ever watched a single Game Grumps videos, or at least the earlier ones, at least, where I mean, I think he still does it, where it's like
Hmm.
5, 10 episodes in, it's just do the thing you did. But yeah, anyway, you get where I'm coming from, though. It's kind of like you have to strategize how it's gonna work, how to work with your time, and also how you engage with your audience.
Yeah.
Diversifying. Otherwise, you end up running yourself thin, and like you don't want to end up making a bunch of subpar. I don't want to say subpar content, but like,
Hmm.
but sometimes being a jack of all trades can help too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tips? What are your thoughts?
I think that at least trying to, be diverse is a good
mhm.
thing because you want to be able to try and get yourself known on as many platforms as you can, because if you're like mainly, let's say, like you stream on Twitch like at least 3 to 4 times a week, you want to be able to like put those streams, like, be it like full VOD or video parts, onto YouTube. So that way it's like, okay, since those people are seeing those videos, they could probably go over to my Twitch and give me a follow, etc., etc. Or if they could possibly see that I posted something on my Twitter, being like, hey guys, look at this like funny moment that I had on stream. It's like you want like all of that content onto like as many platforms as you can for recognition.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Because otherwise you're not gonna get, noticed if you just keep yourself on Twitch.
I like that.
Especially if like you're someone like me on Twitch where like you barely get viewers, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of see like for you, like until you're ready for that point, I feel like you're mostly as a hobby streamer.
Yeah.
Until you feel like you want to get to that point, because content creation it's not for everybody. That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Because I will say this, like when I first wanted to start streaming, I didn't think, oh, I'm gonna be streaming, I'm gonna be big. No, I just was like, I'm doing this. I do like to play games. I do like it when like, there's like at least someone watching me. So I enjoy, at least I think that as long as like I have at least someone at least watching, or like someone said something in the chat, it was a successful stream.
Mm-hmm.
Because you at least had someone there to at least see what you were doing.
And what about you, Dre? What are your thoughts?
I feel like when it comes down to it, it's motivation to diversify. I feel like people just want instant success. If
Mm-hmm.
they do Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, they're hoping people will come. But, it's like they said, Rome wasn't built in a day, it'll take
Yeah.
time. But I feel like it'll be worth the effort to put in, as eventually everybody will start coming to those different sites. And then if you ever decide, hey, let's move to one main platform, and consolidate it, and if it gets too much, at least you'll have all those groups of people. Some won't follow over, but some of them who support you, they will.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And I just feel like, yeah, being diverse, it's a lot of meetings. Like, especially as I always say, for the past couple of months, I've been telling people like, hey, y'all, like, y'all should, you know, take it from my experience of being on the platform like Twitch for the past 8 years. You eventually you realize that, especially when after looking at my own analytics, that there was just no growth. Growth wasn't there for me anymore. I mean, yes, I had like community that joins me and watches my streams and stuff, and I appreciate them for doing that, for hanging out, talking, chatting, and stuff like so on and so forth. But as for me, I want to become a content creator to where I don't overly like I don't want to be big, but I at least want to say like, wow, I created this community of people that likes the same kind of content I do, as in RPG games, strategy games, and so on and so forth. So my main goal is to try to get my content out there as much as possible. Whether it's through TikTok or Instagram or Trova or whatever I can, because the more exposure I get, the more different people be like, well, this guy is weird or this guy is funny. And that's why I want to attract. I want to attract those weird or funny people too that want to come hang out and just chat about things. I'm not saying like to create like a safe space, but to create a space where people can enjoy themselves basically and not have to worry about the real world. And that kind of slides on into our last final topic here, which is just pledging your I guess pledging yourself to a single platform. As a content creator, you don't ever want to pledge yourself to just one platform. Because as you guys know, you've seen it with the downfall of Mixer. People saw Mixer for a website what it was. Mixer had had a good community for what it was, but Microsoft shut it down like a Thanos snap. And you saw people who didn't know what to do because that was their livelihood, this, that, and the other. But guess what though? That's because they had all their eggs in one basket, you know. And now, but now these, I guess at this point, these streamers should be at, they scatter to either to YouTube, or they scatter to Twitter, or they scatter. I'm sorry, did I say Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook,
YouTube gaming. Yeah,
or that YouTube gaming too.
Facebook gaming. I
Well,
meant Facebook gaming
I
because you
it,
said YouTube earlier.
it technically is YouTube gaming too. That's the old name of it. But yeah, you kind of get what we're saying though. And what are you guys' final thoughts on this subject here?
I think it's more it's the gaming sites that are doing it to people because, all their terms is, hey, if you do this here, you can't go somewhere else and also do it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they relaxed with where you could stream, stream here, stream there, it'll benefit everybody instead of forcing people to stay on one platform. Otherwise, you'll take away their rights to stream there,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. What about you, Tips?
Pretty much what Dre was saying. You don't want, like, you never want to be, loyal to a single platform because they will do that to you. You want to have freedom to put like your content everywhere on the internet. At
Mhm.
least, if you, want to do that. If you don't, that's you, that's fine. Just take it with a grain of salt that you want to be able to at least be on at least another platform or two.
Mm-hmm. And Vanta, what about you, sir? What are your final thoughts?
These dang millennials and not having loyalty to any job or anything. No, man, you gotta look at it that way. You just kind of gotta work with where you come from, where your audience is, and wherever you can get it. I mean, uh, if you're starting out brand new, like, oh my god, like it's you kind of gotta hope you strike lightning one day. And from there, like I was saying before, like you really just, if you branch out, you really just kind of, it helps if you're funny, because then you get other people following you, and then they're like, well, who's this guy? And it helps if you get a little bit of clout here and there. You don't really have
Yeah.
to do too much, but you well, no, back that up. You should try to do something that's at least a little bit unique, at least to get your foot in the door. I just saw Scott the Woz like a year or two ago. I had never heard of him, but now he's got like a show and like
That's crazy.
Yeah.
apparently a board
Mhm.
game, like, or a Monopoly version coming out. So he is somebody now, and so that makes me think like, you know, you can do something. You really just, but you have to strike that lightning first,
Yeah, you gotta have the
and so from
confidence.
there, yeah, well that, but you also gotta like utilize, like, once you get that audience, like I was saying before, you gotta find a way to use that and like to reach out to them and get that in a way that they'll understand and that will be, so if they want to come in, if they have a way to go to, like, you can easily like get your audience brought in and everything. Because even these, I'll tell you what, say what you will about, all these people doing adult things on Twitch, or just towing the line, or even the only fans girls, or whatever, they're at least getting their audience to go follow them or
Yeah.
get them, or in some cases the other way around, is they're getting an audience, and like, so they'll survive even in that sense, regardless, if they can figure out where to get, you know what I mean, just get everybody gathered together, even if they don't have them all in one group, which is always, if there's anything to learn, it's diversify your bonds. I know I said a lot, but yeah, do it, diversify,
Yes. Do
but be
please do
careful. Yeah, but be careful,
that
like,
too.
strategize.
Like at least do your research while you diversify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like Facebook, I don't know what the scene looks like on Facebook versus Twitch versus YouTube, but like going off the context, you can probably just see like what just what they allow and what they don't allow, and just like where the eyes are at.
Yeah, I just feel like people just don't want to, at least like Dre said, they want to ride the hype, catch the hype. I just feel
Mm,
like that people don't want to they don't want to put in the work.
mm,
That's all that it really comes down to. It's just them not wanting to at least attempt to grow. Because they believe that, well, Twitch is be all do all. Especially if you're a Twitch content creator, it's be all do all. If you stream on there, people think that what they're banking on is that one big time streamer that's going to rate them. That's what usually what a lot of people start to bank on. And it's it's a straw. I'm sorry. It's just luck. That's what it is. Twitch. That's what Twitch is now. It's just basically luck, because Twitch, as I see it as a platform, it's like a restaurant. You go there once, maybe twice. If the restaurant was really good, you'll come back. If not, you won't ever see them again until about maybe a year or two from now, and be like, oh, I remember that restaurant I went to. Down the street. I remember you. And
you gave them a bad Yelp review.
Basically. And because I had to have plenty of times where some of my old viewers will come by and be like, yo, you're not partnered, or what are you doing, what's going on? I'm like, well, first off, it's a really shitty thing for you to say. Second off, well, I'm sorry, you're not there to help me reach that goal. I mean, you don't have to be there, granted. I know that sounds like that's me being a dick, but at the end of the day, there's truth to it all. If you want to see people succeed, you got to be there you got to be there whenever you can. Don't, of course, stretch yourself out that you have to support somebody, but just be there to support. Especially, I know real life gets everybody going, between with the C word that's going on right now, and all that. And like I said, YouTube, at least the one thing I will say I love about YouTube is this: I can create content for the platform. And let's say, because I'm part live streamer as well, I can take a break from live streaming, but I have content on the side that will, especially through my VODs, that will constantly keep it going. And that's really cool. Facebook, I'm not sure how Facebook is, but I think they have, rebroadcasting, I think, as well. So, it's just, people just got to learn how to do your research and just do the work. Quit being scared about content creating. If you're gonna content create, do it. Okay. But at the same time, if you're gonna content create as a hobby, get rid of your affiliate program and just take all your profits to yourself. If you think you're gonna do better, then I guess stream on Twitch. Become an affiliate, do your thing, stream on Twitch, and maybe in the next 5-10 years you might pop off. But if you don't pop off in the next 2 or 3 years, you might have to decide, like, is this a thing for you, or what can you do differently? And I hope they don't come back later on and be like, Disparity was right 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone stream and then someone come in their chat say, "Hey, remember me from 6 months ago?"
I'm like, no, I don't remember you. Who are you? They're like, oh, I'm that guy who came by when you were playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, yeah, it was literally like almost a year ago, bud. I really don't remember you. And then they get pissed off that I don't remember them. Like,
sorry
what?
that I didn't remember you because you didn't say anything memorable.
Yeah, that's a burn right there.
Oh.
That's a burn. But thank you guys for coming on through for this podcast. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself as well. Do you guys have any final last words on this? All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming on through. Peace out. If you guys did enjoy this video, though, make sure to definitely leave a like and subscribe if you really did enjoy it. But we'll see you guys in the next Bandit Talks. Peace out and much love, everybody. Have a good one, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.